the rehash of the United Soccer Coaches Convention session on the benefits of sand for grass players and a discussion of the U.S. Beach Soccer National Championship. In this chapter, we will continue by finishing off why we train in sand and then move on to how to train in sand. So, why we train in sand? Well, the conclusion is it's because it's fun. I mean, just look at the expressions on these kids' faces. Every person that steps out. What we've found is that year in, year out, for more than a decade, we've had coaches, players, club directors, presidents of clubs, you name it, that have come to us and said, this is the opportunity for our team that we look forward to every year because it's an opportunity for us to get together. We had one coach who was involved with the California Youth Soccer Association, with the actual organization, that said that he looks forward to it every year because it's the chance for all his new parents after tryouts to get together and meet each other, and it sends them off in the right direction to start the year off. We've had clubs that have come in with their entire club, sometimes as many as 28 or even once more than 30 teams from a single individual club came to a tournament. And unlike a grass tournament where you go and with your team you set up your tent, maybe it's branded, maybe it's not, you play your game, you take your tent down, you go out to lunch, you come back, you set your tent up, and you're going in and out, and maybe you have dinner with your team that night. Well, whereas on a beach, if you go with your club, all the tents are in the same place. You basically create a village, and not only are your teams meeting each other, but your players are interacting with each other at different age groups, your parents are interacting with different age groups, you're being able to create a more cultural experience for your club because you're all there and you don't go anywhere. You're at the beach, you stay at the beach, you set up for the day, and you're there all day, or in many cases, in all qualifying events, 2 days. So it's a great opportunity for team building, club building, and as so many players have said, it's their most enjoyable and fun event that they look forward to each and every year. So if it's so great for training, and it's so great for playing, and it's so much fun, and everyone loves it so much, it's still a mystery why coaches don't do it more. Not only that, you don't even need a beach. As we talked about earlier in the chapters, this year we did beach sessions at indoor beach volleyball facilities in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We're hoping to be able to create a paradigm shift, whereas we've found this can take place in places like Chicago, all over different places in Wisconsin. We've found places in New Jersey, and we're looking for more. We're looking to give coaches an opportunity to give them something else besides hoping they get some indoor space at an indoor arena, or that one day a week they get a futsal. Why not use these facilities that are not being used during the day? And whether you want to put them on there and just play foot volley and work on the aerial play, or actually work at developing sand skills, or just getting them stronger and fitter, preventing injuries, it's all there for you, and you do not need a beach. Now, this is a little extra bonus video in regards to foot volley. This is your skill level. Ronaldinho built a beach soccer field in his backyard in Miami, and there he's showing his skills. A double shark attack, players going up for the spike with the foot, being able to get up in the air, and have the technique, skill, and focus to be able to hit it. Now, that was just a bonus. Now, what we're really looking at here is what we can do in an hour session. Mostly you're going to be renting by an hour if you're going to do an indoor volleyball facility. And this is focusing on why you don't need a beach. Obviously, we talked the first 5-10 minutes while kids are showing up. They're doing the new juggling. They're lifting. They're lifting to the knee height, lifting the chest height, lifting the overhead height. And then you move into a 5-minute dynamic warm-up to make sure they're warm. Again, focusing on the running technique in regards to keeping their heels out and running in high heels. The dribbling technique, working at using. We're always asking players to learn how to dribble with the outsides of their feet, but in the sand, whether we're lifting or we're dribbling, we're always using the 3 small toes. So it's forcing players to basically utilize a skill that we try and get them to figure out outdoors, but it's much easier to figure out in the sand than on the turf. It really is. Try it, you will see, and you'll come back to me at some point and agree. 10 to 15 minutes of vitamins and passing pairs. Again, passing is a different situation, which we'll go into, but it's a scoop pass. We're trying to get the ball out of the sand so that a player can receive it without it rolling. Vitamins, as we know, it's like inside of the foot, top of the foot, thigh volleys, chest volleys, headers, whatever you do as a player or coach in the grass, you can do in the sand. We always want to give them the opportunity of free playing. That's where all the fun is. And at the very end, when they're the most tired, that last 5 minutes, you teach them how to do free kicks. Because the reality is, free kicks are very important in beach soccer because you have no walls, and the field at half field is 20 yards, so you're basically just outside the 18 shooting from half field. So it really puts us in a situation of being able to take advantage of practicing shooting, and they also get to tee it up, which we'll go into. So that's always something that's real fun for them. Now, dribbling. If you're on a beach volleyball court, this is what we're looking at. Now, dribbling isn't something that we really want to be doing a lot as players in the sand. We do want to do mostly passing, but if you're under pressure, you have to be able to move with the ball, no matter whether you're on grass, turf, or a futsal surface. Working on it, drill A is real easy. Players run from one side to the other, focusing, running on the high heels while, working at, their speed and mobility with the ball. As you're moving with the ball, you're getting used to basically scooping it out of the sand and putting it in front of them so that they're working at getting just a couple steps in between each touch. The variations come on where you're looking at getting them to concentrate on taking 2 steps in between each touch or 3 steps in between each touch. Each time lifting the ball with the 3 small toes and working at getting better contact with the ball, moving at a quicker pace each time you do it. Just like anything else with repetition, you get better. In this video, it shows you a little bit of what we're talking about. The first thing you want to do when getting players in the sand is just have them run. Don't tell them anything. Just have them run across the sand, and what's going to come back is they're going to tell you that it was tough. I had this a couple weeks ago when working with a group, and I didn't tell them. But as you can see here, as the players now move and keep their heels out of the sand, they move much easier. Once you go back and tell the players, look, run like you're going to run in high heels. Run across there, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. I can move so much faster, and they can cut and do everything so much better. The next level is scoop passing. Scoop passing is real important because you have to be able to move the ball through the air and using these 3 small toes. Once again, utilizing the volleyball net, they are just like in a 2-line passing drill or having 4 lines, balls being pushed across the sand, and it gives them the opportunity of learning how to use those 3 small toes. And as you go, you're increasing the distance, building the strength, and building their confidence in being able to do so. In this video, it shows you very clearly, flicking the ball low below the net so that the ball is always moving. So this way, these girls are actually working at a pretty good distance, and the whole idea is to keep the ball moving because a still ball is a dead ball that needs to be touched again. You never want to hit or strike a ball that is still because 90% of the time it's going to be sitting in a hole. So in this scenario, players are looking at being able to push the ball through and give them the opportunity of being able to pass a ball that meets a player on the run.